What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to the most used team in FIFA. I did this last year for a few episodes. We did the most used, then we did the most used Premier League, the most used Inform, the most used Special Card, the most used La Liga, the most used Calcio A, etc, etc. And we will do more throughout, but I wanted to start today off guys with just the most used team in FIFA. Interestingly enough, it is all from one league. I'm sure you can probably guess who it is. There are some surprises in here for me that I didn't expect to see, and some people that I did expect to see that aren't in here. But what I'm going to bring to you guys today is the most used team in FIFA. What we're going to do is we're going to build the team. We're going to look at how many games they played versus the next few counterparts. And then we're going to go and play a Division 2 game with them. So if you guys could drop a thumbs up on the video, it would be very much appreciated. And we're going to start in goal. And I didn't expect to see who I see in goal. And the goalkeeper is Ederson, 83 rated. I can honestly say I don't ever recall seeing him in my personal experience. Now, for those of you that don't know, there is a games played section on FUTBin where it takes all the players from the market and that are listed and all the players from people that have done the club import and tells you how many games have been played on Ederson's. It's not 100% accurate, but it's the most accurate kind of realization that we can get because of the way that it works. So, who was in the running? Who did I expect to see? I expected to see Kasper Schmeichel because I see him personally a lot. Kasper Schmeichel was actually way down the list with 1.5 million games. Petr Cech, 1.5 million. Ter Stegen, 1.6 million. Farman, Lloris, and Handanovic, all at 1.7 million. Courtois, 1.9 million. And Ederson with 1.91 million games so far in FIFA that have been logged. So Ederson is indeed our goalkeeper. In terms of right backs, guys, our right back is going to be none other than Serge Aurier. And I'm a good amount of games there myself, 247 on Serge Aurier. He is not just first, he is first by a long way. Serge Aurier with 3.5 million games. Hector Bellerin is number 2, and that to me is surprising as well because I don't see him often, and he's there at 2.5 million games. Antonio Valencia 1.9, Nelson Semedo 1.8, Piszczek 1.7, Nathaniel Klein 1.7, and it goes down from there. The surprise here is that there isn't Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is 10th. The 10th most used right back in the game is Kyle Walker. And that to me is really, really surprising. So Serge Aurier there comes up trumps. The two centre-backs, guys, that we're going to be using today, first and foremost, is Eric Bailly coming in with a humongous 5.8 million games on Bailly. And number 2 is Chris Smalling with 3.9 million games. Number 3 then goes in to be Laurent Koscielny, Antonio Rudiger, Manolas and Bailly coming in with 2.5 million games each, Titi at 2.4 and Varane at 2.42. That was surprising to me that Chris Smalling was up there. What's more surprising is that Rudiger is up there because I don't think he's a great centre-back at all. The reason why I found it surprising that Smalling was up there because all I personally see, or like not all I see, I think that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but what I see the most of in Foot Champs is Bailly and Boateng. And Boateng isn't anywhere. Like Boateng is top 20, maybe, 1.3 million games. He's nowhere to be seen in like the top 10 or top 15. And that was quite surprising. In at left back, guys, we have got ourselves another one. Another Premier League player. It is Danny Rose. Let me put this Jordi Alba on the bench, actually, because we're going to be playing a game, so I'll get rid of his red card on there. So Danny Rose is the left back, and Danny Rose is the most used left back by a considerable margin. I think the biggest margin that we've seen, at least so far. So Danny Rose has 4.6 million games played on him. Next up is Alexandro at 1.6 million, Alba at 1.5 million, and Alaba at 1.3 million. Jordan Lukaku, who I thought was going to be the number 1 slot, is 1.3 million. Marcelo 1.1 million. Kolasinac for 1 million. Luke Shaw, who was everybody's favourite left back last year, hasn't even hit 1 million games yet this year. Danny Rose has definitely taken the mantle there. In terms of the CAMs, CMs and CDMs, guys, we've got 3 positions here. First and foremost, I think it's pretty obvious who was going to be the first most used player. and that's Bakayoko. He clocks the most number of games for anyone that we've seen to date, 7.4 million games, which is insane. Number 2 was Ander Herrera, coming in at 4 million games, and number 3 was Dele Alli. Where is my Dele Alli? Let's go to Cams. Dele Alli was the 3rd edition, coming in at 3.37 million games. And then Matuidi, Lallana, Moussa Dembele, that I expected to see right up there, because Dembele's not that expensive, and I see him a lot. I thought Dembele would have trumped Dele Alli, because I never really see Dele Alli. But Dembele's down in 6th, Christian Eriksen on 3 million games, Kante down at 2.5 million games. How wild is it that the price makes all the difference? And that Bakayoko coming in at 10k gets over 7 million games, and Kante coming in at over 170k only gets a third of that total number of games. Another player that I don't see that's kind of like top 12 but not in the top 5 where I thought I would see him is Idrissa Gueye. He only has 2.3 million games. He has less games than Kante, and I think he's a fantastic player. I don't know why we don't see him more. But that concludes the midfield there, guys. Quite a nice midfield. In at the right forward spot, we are going to be looking at, again, someone that I didn't expect to see. I thought it was going to be Ousmane Dembele. It turns out it's going to be Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling is the most used by a margin, which is even... It's just... I'm surprised that I don't see Inform Alessandrini there either. Raheem Sterling, 5.5 million games, almost 5.6 million games. Dembele down at 4.4. Willian at 4 million. Salah at 2.5 million. Cuadrado at 1.9 million. And it just depletes even further. You don't see Alessandrini in form until like 20th with 750,000 games. I'm legitimately shocked that he's not one of the go-to guys, because I see him in every single team. Now there's 2 spots left here. You know who they are. I know who they are. Everyone knows who they are. In at left forward, with no surprises to anyone, is Anthony Martial. What is surprising is that even till now, he's not the most used player in the team. That goes to Bakayoko. But Anthony Martial comes in at 6.8 million games, and then on the bench I've got Heung-min Son, and Son comes in at 4.4 million games. Leroy Sané at 3.4 million games, and then it just dissipates. Carrasco 2.3 million, Deulofeu 2.1 million, Insigne 1.7 million, and it goes down. And some of the bigger players that you thought you might see: Mane 1 million, Nani 1 million, Balde Diao 1 million, El Shaarawy 800,000, Eden Hazard only 600,000 games. Like, Anthony Martial has 11 times the number of games on him in this game than Eden Hazard, which is crazy. And then last but not least, guys, we've got everyone's favourite player. There's not a player that has been used in the game more than this guy right here, and that is Gabriel Jesus. He is the most used player with 9.4 million games. The next striker is Kevin Gamero with 3.5 million games, and Marcus Rashford with 3.4 million games. So Gabriel Jesus, who's number 1, has more games than numbers 2, 3 and 4, who is Dries Mertens, combined. One that I did expect to see up there a little bit more is Mbappe. Mbappe's only at 2.3 million games. But yeah, Gabriel Jesus, guys, coming in with almost 10 million games. And when we look at the most used overall, we literally have Jesus at 9.5, Bakayoko at 7.4, Martial at 6.8, and then it kind of goes down from there. But it seems like those 3 are the main key 3 players. The players that are actually in the top 10 that don't make the starting 11 because position-based is Heung-min Son has more games than, for example, Ander Herrera, but we just can't use him because he's not a midfielder. Ousmane Dembele and Willian come in there. Kevin Gamero comes in there. Rashford and Leroy Sané, for example, have more games than Dele Alli. But it just doesn't fit in there just because of like the position-based stuff. But generally, guys, this right here that you're looking at, this is the most used team per position in FIFA 18. I'm not going to lie, I've had all of these. Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling and Anthony Martial I've used plenty. Bakayoko I've got lots of games on. 200, 320. Herrera I've used in and out. Bailly I've got a crap ton of games on. Aurier I've got a load of games on. Chris Smalling I've got a load of games on. I used Danny Rose but eventually sold him because he was worth a lot of coins. The only two players in this whole team that I've not really used is Dele Alli and Ederson. I haven't really used those. But this, guys, is going to be the team. We're going to go into divisions now, guys. We're going to get into a game and we're going to see if we can win with the most used team in FIFA 18. Okay, guys, our opponent for today's game has got 4-1-2-1-2 narrow 183 team. In terms of the most used players, he has got 3 of the team. Aurier, Smalling and Bakayoko, and then he's got a couple that are right on the cusp of being in the most used. Koscielny, Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford. He's also got a Morata, Gundogan that you never see, Fernandinho and Roberto Firmino, or Firmino even. Now, something to note for this game, I don't have custom formation, custom tactics, or player instructions or chem styles on my team, because this team is built just for the video. So I'm not looking to sweat this out to try and win necessarily. But with that being said, I am going to switch up to my traditional kind of setup of how I would roll if I did have this team, and this is exactly how I would roll if I did have this team. Really nice setup. You saw the player instructions that I did there. Stay behind, get inside, and press back line for the 2 strikers, and stay back while attacking for the CDM. And because I don't have custom tactics set up, what I'm going to do is from kickoff, I'm actually going to go counter-attacking, because it sets up a pretty good custom tactic. Like the counter-attack tactic really fits the meta, as it were, of FIFA 18. So we're going to try and win this game, guys. We're up against a guy who's got a really nice team. Oh, we might score off the bat here. He's got a really nice team, and he's in Division 2, or he's up here in Division 2 at least. He might not be in Division 2, but let's hope that we can do some good things in this game. Martial's through there. He's got the pace on Shaw. Ooh, he's going to go back out. I knew he was going back out there. Go on, Herrera. That's not you. Bakayoko with the pass inside, and Herrera with a great tackle there. Got a bit of space down the left-hand side. This guy's playing quite a defensive game. Let's try and get this ball up through the midfield. No need to rush here either. We're not in any rush to win this game. In fact, it doesn't even matter if we don't win this game. You know, not overly bothered. I just want to give you guys a showing, essentially, a showing of the. Ooh, that might be a foul. Yeah, a showing of the most used team in FIFA 18. And here we are. Oh, if he plays that short, he should have played that short. Oh, maybe not. Good header out. Is that a corner? That is a corner. Damn. This guy's got some nice big players in there as well. Who's his free kick taker? Gundogan is taking his corner kick. He's put a lot of power at that near post. Could be in. I got lucky there. That could quite comfortably have been a goal. Raheem Sterling, I need you to make that run down the wing. We've got Gabriel Jesus. He's through. He is through. It's Shaw against Jesus. Oh, Shaw wins. Nice bit of strength there. I tried to do a skill. I should have just waited for the runner. I should have slowed that right down, waited for the runner, and then passed it on the inside. I'm rushing my players. No need to rush. You guys aren't desperate to see 1,000,000,001 goals. You guys are desperate to see good gameplay. That's what you're desperate to see. Auto switched off there. Could have had that one on the edge of the box. I feel like I've got the advantage here. I do feel like I'm slightly the better player. Not that that means anything in FIFA. You know, you could be the better player and lose. You could be the worst player and win. But I do feel like I've got the angles down. Whoop. Of beating this guy. Got a nice little 1-2 here if I can get that up to the striker. That's nice play. Raheem Sterling, he's bit on the tackle. Raheem Sterling, good save from Petr Cech. I couldn't quite get the angle of Raheem Sterling to take the shot. That was a hell of a pass out. Chris Smalling with some nice work there. Herrera into Bakayoko. Bakayoko waits, got a bit of space down the left hand side. Sorry again. Dele Alli. Remember, Dele Alli does have the El Tornado. That's a good defensive tackle. I'm starting to put a little bit of pressure on now. Again, there's no need to rush here. We've got nothing but time. We're in the first half still. Here's Martial. This is going to be a goal. 1-0. Easy as you like. And that was a good bit of sustained pressure. I didn't panic. I didn't rush. And eventually I carved out my opportunity. And this team makes it easy. There's a reason. There is a reason why this is the meta team. Why this is the most used team in FIFA. And it's because every player to a man is fantastic in one regard or another. One thing I actually love about Ander Herrera is he's big. This year they've increased his stamina because last year, although he had a good card last year, he didn't have good stamina and that was a problem for him. But yeah, he's got good stamina this year. Jesus is back in there. That's a foul, ref. Yeah, he's got good stamina, but he's got 4-star weak foot and he's nice and tall. High work rates as well. He really suits the outside midfield role, which I quite like. We should be down the left-hand side here. Boom, there's Danny Rose. And there is Danny Rose, and that's 2-0. Easy as you like. Happy days. Free kick technique is fantastic. I never learned it in previous FIFAs, and it was one of those things where I was like, man, I could probably get a couple more wins if I just learned how to do this free kick technique. So this year, I went out of my way to learn it, mastered it, goals. I know that was Danny Rose scoring, you don't expect goals from him, but Anthony Martial on 20 minutes, Danny Rose on 23 minutes, and this Division 2 game is starting to move nicely in our favour. And now as long as we can keep a clean sheet, we'll be fine. One of the problems I've personally had this year with FIFA, for those of you that don't know, I do play Foot Champs regularly. I play on a Road to Glory account. My Road to Glory is on a different channel, which you can find in the link down below. So if you love Road to Glories, I do play Foot Champs. So far in 5 Foot Champs runs, I've managed to pick up Elite 1, Elite 3 times, and Gold 1. So I've got a pretty sick team. In fact, the account we're playing on right now, this is my Road to Glory account. So that Henri that you see on the bench, that's from the RTG right there. We've got Gabriel Jesus in a bit of space here. Nice play. Didn't expect that, did you, buddy? No. Oh, I should have shot with Martial. I tried to be too cute. I tried to sweat it way too many times there. But yeah, so I do play Foot Champs. And I don't know what the point was of me playing Foot Champs. Oh yeah, so I was going to talk about like one of my issues in Foot Champs and something that I want to kind of kill off in this game. And that is giving up leads. The amount of leads that I give up. Like the weekend league that I got 34 wins, I was winning in 39 of my 40 games. This weekend just gone, I got only 29 wins, and I was winning in 37 of my 40 games. There was only 3 games where I never once took the lead, and 2 of those games were the final 2 games when I'd pretty much just given up because I couldn't get any better. Definitely, that's a good finish that is. Definitely one of the things that I want to work on for my own personal gameplay is to stop conceding silly goals by rushing play. You know, we're 3-0 up here. We've got loads of time. There's no reason at this point to give this guy any way back into the game. One of the things that happens in Foot Champs is I start panicking so much. Like, if I concede 1 goal, I'm like, oh crap, let me switch formations, let me try and slow the game down. When ultimately, you can just keep playing your natural game and you'll be just fine. You know, I've played my natural game here and we've got ourselves 3-0 up against this guy, which is obviously very nice. But, oh, Jesus down the side again. Man, I love the runs that strikers make this year. That like the defenders just don't track them pretty much ever. Yeah, I'm absolutely controlling this game against this guy, and you know he's got a really nice team. I've got a really nice team. He's also obviously in quite a high division. Oh, it could be through here. That's a good shot. Good save from Edison. You know, this was never going to be an easy game. It's not like I'm chilling down here in like Division 9 or anything. Go on. I see you, baby. That run. See that outside run there that I just did there, guys? Always on. That's why I love the 4-1-2-1-2 so much. I got told that, or I read some things, you know, that the wide formations might be making a comeback now with this new patch. Those wide formations are not where it's at. Those outside runs from the inside strikers, that's where it's at. That was a beautiful little bit of play there from Dele Alli. This is lovely play. Oh, I actually tried to do a roulette there. See, that's my problem. There's no need for the fancy tricks and flicks and skills. We just need to go in, get our goals, and get out. If I actually concede off of this, I'll be very upset with myself. Because I tried to do a roulette with Dele Alli instead of making a simple pass. I've actually managed to save it. It was just unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. If I just made a simple pass there with Dele Alli, I don't give up possession of the ball. Maybe I score a 4th. But you know, this guy countered me. He had a chance. Now, you can see by the match stats, guys, I am dominating. We've had 4 shots. We've scored 3 goals. We've had 59% possession and 94% pass accuracy. And I don't even have the right chem styles on these players. You know, I could get even more efficiency out of these players. But hopefully, we can turn on in the second half, get ourselves at least 1 or 2 more goals. And that would be quite nice and would really help. I love Aurier. I love the pace, the strength. It all works for me. That's a foul, ref. Come on, man. Can we get a quick free kick out of this one? No, we'll leave this. I'm going to try the free kick technique again from here. It's not usually as effective from this far out. In fact, I think it's going to be very ill effective from this far out, but you never know. Yeah, I won't be doing that again. He can have a free kick there. Oh, he hasn't taken it. And again, I've actually given him the possession of the ball. Good tackle, Smalling. No, it's fallen back to him. Oh, he's tried a big shot there. All right, so we've got Ander Herrera in the centre of the midfield. He's 6 foot tall. Pop the ball into him. Bakayoko would have won that, but it fell to my Bakayoko, which is nice. Let's try and start killing this game off now. This guy's had 2 counter-attacks, one right before half-time, one right after half-time, both from really poor possession plays from me. And he's got another counter-attack here again from just a really bad pass from me personally. Bakayoko, fortunately, able to get back and harass. That's 3 tackles Bakayoko's put in. And eventually we get the ball back. Now this guy, as you could look at this guy's team here. This guy's on like ultra defensive. His lineup is so deep when I've got the ball in my own third. Look how far back. Look on the minimap right now, guys, at how far deep his team have gone. He's 3-0 down and he's on at the very least defensive, but by looks of things, ultra defensive. For what reason should I play this game? If he's going to sit there and not try and like get involved, for what reason should I help him out? Well, we've actually carved him open here. That's a pen then, ref. Ref, he's just taken Anthony Martial off the ball. He's taken him out off the ball, man. That's disgraceful. How funny was that though? That I actually tried to just hold the ball a little bit to stop, to wind the clock down because this guy's still sat defensive, and I end up making a really good chance. I feel like personally that should have been a penalty though. Game disagreed, and now we got some difference. Now this guy's out there attacking. I think he's realised that I was playing a very possession-based game when he was sat deep, and he's decided to try and come out of his shell. That's nice play, that is. Lovely work. Oh, he's angry. And that's going to be 4. Oh my God, what a save from Petr Cech. I was absolutely certain that was going to be 4. My God, what a save that was. I hope that's in the highlights. I want to go and have a look at that. That was absolutely phenomenal. I squared that once and I could have shot. I squared it again just to guarantee the goal into Martial there. And computer said no. That is crazy. What a save that was. Let's make sure we don't concede again here. Not concede again, but saying it again. Beautiful little bit of play there. And again, look how deep his defensive line is. They're crazy deep. That's a pen. I bought that. I knew he was like diving in with his tackles, so I thought, let me just get past the defender and then shield him as he comes into the box. And he came into the box, and we're going to get ourselves a penalty. Now, who's actually on my team that I want to give goals to? Just assuming that I score. Let's give it to Bakayoko. Never has a chance, bless him. Easy. There we go. Bakayoko with the goal. I think that's like he's played up 330 games for me. That's probably only like his 5th goal or something. We go 4-0 up in this Division 2 game with 20 minutes to spare. And at this stage, it is game over and good night. So if you guys were thinking about building this team, I highly recommend it. Some of these players are quite cheap. Raheem Sterling, cheap. Ander Herrera, cheap. Smalling, Aurier, Ederson, they're all relatively cheap, especially at this stage and how easy it is to make coins in the game this year. If you can't afford, like the only players that I'd really say you might struggle to afford, if you're just a casual player, you might struggle to afford Martial, you might struggle to afford Gabriel Jesus, you might struggle to afford Dele Alli, and you might struggle to afford Eric Bailly. Other than that, everyone else in this team is really, really affordable to a point where you can just have, there's other alternatives you can have in the meantime. For example, instead of Anthony Martial, you can just have Heung-min Son, right? There's one nice change straight away. Instead of Eric Bailly, in the meantime, you can have Michael Keane. He's a very good player. Instead of Dele Alli, you could have who would I use in the midfield instead of Dele Alli? Who did I use before? I can't remember. Who did I say I used? I think they're a cheaper alternative. Instead of Dele Alli, hold on, let me go and have a look at the thing in a second. But yeah, instead of Dele Alli, you can have someone else. And then instead of Gabriel Jesus, that might be a tough one to really improve. You could go and get someone like Willian. That's bad play. So instead of oh yeah, you could go and get Moussa Dembele instead of Dele Alli. He only has a 2-star weak foot instead of I think is Dele Alli 4-star. Moussa Dembele only has a 2-star weak foot, but he's very good. He is good. He's nice and tall. He fits the bill a lot. And then instead of I suppose instead of Gabriel Jesus, you'll just have to use any Premier League striker that suits your needs. Marcus Rashford is okay at 15,000 coins. The guy that this guy's got, Morata, at 9,000 coins, isn't a bad opportunity. You know, Morata would be quite good. Jamie Vardy at 12,000 coins would be a good stopgap. So although you can't, although you might struggle to afford specifically the most used team in FIFA, there's definitely an argument to be made that you can afford a really, really cheap, probably like less than 100,000 coin meta team that would be considered one of the best teams in FIFA even at this early stage. Raheem Sterling's going to be away. He's offside, isn't he? Yeah. That's too bad. I did press the pass button in time, but for some reason the character took a few extra seconds to make the pass. It was a good finish though from Raheem Sterling. The old chip shot there, or scoop shot, whatever we want to call it. What, Jesus? Oh, shouldn't have done that. Should have just, again, this is the problem with me. I could easily have conceded there because I just tried to do something smart and just arrogant, essentially, when it was unnecessary. Foul ref. Let's see if we can get another one of these free kick techniques out of the way. Now we're going to pop the boys up. Send him. It's Danny Rose again. He's going to be on it. He is on it. Danny Rose again. Oh, Petr Cech's got the save. It's gone out for a corner. A little bit of a mix-up in the defence. Exactly what you expect from Petr Cech these days. Ball's going in. Dele Alli's there. Ooh, we're going to win the head up. We did win the header again. Oh, that was dangerous, that was. This guy, ref. This guy's all over the place. That's a red card, ref. Yeah, send him off. Get Jesus out of the way. Wait, that's his final chance. Come on now. Let's do it again. Let's see if we can get a third one. We didn't score obviously off the last one. Tricked him that time. He thought I was going down for Danny Rose. I saw him cover the run, so I thought, let me pass it sideways. And Dele Alli was there for the finesse shot of dreams. What a finish that was as well. I didn't expect that to go in so cleanly. Right into the top bins. Dele Alli with a finesse shot. Petr Cech with no chance. And 5-0 now, guys, in this Division 2 game. And what a performance that has been. I think my man here is done. And that is done. Game is over. We get a humongous victory in Division 2. 5 goals to the good, none conceded, and all in all, a pretty dominant performance. 4 9.6 ratings. Martial, Bakayoko, Danny Rose and Serge Aurier. Goals coming from all over the pitch, which is good to see. Assists, 2 from Aurier. I guess those are from the free kicks. 1 from Martial, 1 from Gabriel Jesus. 5-0 against my main man, Lloyd. We get a nice little bit of coins there as well. And just general dominance. You know, look at where my shots are compared to his. I've got a few from just outside the box, but most of them from really, really good areas inside the box. He's only got 2 from inside the box and most of them from okay areas outside the box. My shot choice was much better. My possession was much better. My passing was much better. And just in general, we absolutely dominated that. Now, before we go, I do just want to see if this save from Petr Cech is outrageous. How quick does he get down to that? Oh, that's outrageous. I can't actually believe he saved that. Oh, it's already past him when it gets to him. But anyway, guys, that was the most used team in FIFA. We've just added another set of games to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.